Top of the Premiership, and in the chase for the Champions League places, the battle for fourth spot has intensified. Liverpool and Newcastle are moving up onto Charlton's shoulder after impressive midweek wins. Central to the success of the South London side this season has been the form of midfielder Scott Parker. Ivan Gaskell's been to meet him.
14 years man and boy, Scott Parker's lived and breathed Charlton Athletics since he was 9. As they have grown, so has he. At 23, he's an established talent. They say he might have moved to Chelsea. Instead, he settled for a 5-year deal at the Valley. The transfer speculation doesn't seem to have turned his head.
As any player, you know, if you're talked about by the press or obviously you're being spoken of highly, you know, it's very pleasing. And as a player, it breeds confidence and you know, you feel good. So, you know, at the end of the day, my performances are good, but, you know, I've got a great team here and, you know, the team are doing really well. So hopefully, you know, if we can keep doing well, I can keep doing well as well.
Is it flattering or is it slightly tempting to look elsewhere?
I don't know really, you know, obviously. This question's been asked me a few times now and...
Sorry.
and really, you know, I wouldn't have signed my contract in the summer if I never thought at this time in my career this was the right place for me to be. And you know, I do see a steady progression and something I want to be part of really, and I just feel at this time in my career this was the best place for me to be.
Champions League and Charlton, historically not words often uttered in the same sentence, but fourth in the table they are. Overachieving, maybe. Ambitious, certainly.
I think we're here to all say that maybe fourth is a little bit unrealistic for us, but you know, in saying that, the league is very tight and I feel you take away the top three and really anyone can beat anyone, and I think it is going to be tight up there, and you know, I'm not sure. I don't think we're shocked at where we are, you know, and I don't think we're shocked at the way we're performing, but we need to go and do better things, and that's what we're capable of. You know, we are in full position and we are doing well, and you know, I think over the last few seasons we have seemed to tail away, and you know, I do think we need to go and strive now for bigger things and really look for a European spot or a top half finish, really.
Paolo Di Canio's arrival has added a welcome touch of the exotic to Charlton's training sessions and a welcome boost to the ego of young Parker too. The Italian has likened him to Roy Keane. The appreciation is mutual.
Since he's come into the building, he's just brought something which maybe we never had before at Charlton, and I think he's just brought a quality to our side which we needed, really. You know, we were known as this hard-working side, what got results, and we still have that, but I think one thing we are showing is we can play a bit, and, you know, I think he's probably one of the main reasons for that, because, you know, there's no hiding the fact that the man's got unbelievable technical ability.
He seems to like you.
Yeah, we get on pretty well. He's a great lad, really. Yeah. You know, since he come in the building, I don't know, maybe he looks at me as someone he wants to help, really, you know, and I've got so much respect for him, and maybe he sees that, you know, maybe he sees that I am willing to listen to him, and I want him to help me, really, you know, because I do want to go far, and I want to try and be the best player I can be, and I feel with his help and other players in the side that hopefully I can do that.
Parker the player may still be a work in progress, but elevation to England level seemed a natural step. A place on their summer trip to Portugal, a real possibility.
It's something which is in the back of my mind, and every boy's dream is to play for England, and I'm no different. And obviously with the summer coming up, you know, it is a realistic target for me, but, you know, I've said many a time before that it's going to be hard. The players in my position is, you know, there's so many good players, but, you know, you often find as the season ends that you get injuries and stuff like that, so hopefully maybe that, you know, my name could be called into it.
Have you booked your holidays in June anywhere, or not?
No, not yet. I normally leave it late anyway, so I won't read anything into that. So, yeah, obviously, like I say, you know, it is in the back of my mind because I realise there's a big championships coming up, and I have been named in a couple of the squads. But, you know, I also realise that there is many a good player in my position.
Well, we'll talk about England in a moment, but he's so central to Charlton, and when he didn't, you could see that because he didn't play in the Cup defeat at Gillingham, and they missed him badly.
Well, his story is very much in the ascendancy, and now he's got a little bit more experience in terms of the Premier League. He looks a very, very good player. I saw him early in the season for Charlton at Birmingham. He'd had all sorts of injuries, and he was by far and away the best player on the field. And I think, you know, you talk to a few of the managers, and they like the obvious, but also what they like about him, like he digs in a little bit and he puts his foot in, and he's a real competitor.
Nigel, we have a few emails about him. This one from Chris Waite, which I'm sure a lot of Charlton fans echo. If he was playing in any of the top 3 in the Premier League, his inclusion in the England squad would already be guaranteed. Sven hasn't realised his potential because Charlton are unglamorous. And Paul Skit from Kent says he's got to be given a run in the England side. He's got a great engine, his tackling is good, his short passing is clever, and he's got a terrific shot.
Well, if he keeps playing like he has done this season, then he will force his way into the England squad.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. He gets up and back, and also he's a good passer of the ball as well, and he's having a very good season.
Sven's already said he's going to take 8 to Portugal, 8 midfield. He's already said that. So
50-50 for Scott Parker.
50-50, you think?
Well, there's so many players to displace. In terms of getting in the side, I mean, you're not going to get any. You're going to play him centrally. So, I mean, Gerrard and Scholes, you would think would be the first 2. Then you've got to get past Neville, Lampard, Dyer, Cole, even arguably Nicky Butt.
Do you think he's at that Phil Neville, Nicky Butt, Scott Parker? Do you think it might be sort of 2 from there or 1 from those 3?
I would think it would be 1 from those 3 rather than 2 from those 3.
Would you give him a... Well, so
he's got a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got... And I don't necessarily believe that if he played for one of the big clubs, it would make any difference. That those players already are established, and they're all good players, so he's got to do something special just to get in. But he has got a chance.
Absolutely. 2 friendlies as well in which he can, for his sake, hopefully show something. Now, before we go, Fabian Barthez had a...